So, how's it going? I hope everybody's doing all right. Right now is what I'm doing now is, of course, we switched over to everything as far as the flash art is concerned, and now we're taking um, it's number 14, and it's called red tape. And from the other video, when I when I first did it, I explained about what red tape was and everything. So this time we're going to tear it down and we're going to put the other one up. Now, what are some of the things that I've learned? Well, I learned on this one how, you know, as usual, it wasn't exactly what I wanted because I do like to use clear things all the time. I already expressed that. So I test a lot of things, as far as clear paper. When I mean clear, it's like clear plastic wrap, and this was tape, okay? And I always wanted it to work exactly the way I see it in my mind, but so far it hasn't. I kept doing layer after layer, which I've learned a lot though, working with clear things though. I used a lot of, layers and layers of tape, and I didn't know exactly when it would finish, but I noticed that it was pretty much staying the same. And as I kept doing it, I figured out an ending, and the ending was to put the bowls, okay, the gift bowls or whatever you want to call it, bowls, yeah. Um, one thing I did learn because of the switch, if you understand about the art, the flash art that we do, is that since it's changed a lot and it merged with the music videos, I find that my vision also has to change and incorporate what I do in the songs. Like what I'm saying is that I have to think about that it's a background also. So the merging does merge everything. It merges the ideas and everything. And that's something that I didn't think about before. So now I'm going to tear it down, and I really enjoyed it. This was a learning experience. Like I said, I like to work with clear things, and I have never had a clear thing, like I said, because when you're working with something clear, you're not working with shapes or anything. You're working with the way light treats this transparent thing, okay? So it is kind of complicated, but I'm going to continue to work with them, not all the time, but to continue to learn from them and do projects with them. So now I'm going to tear it down. I do have to do a video. That's another thing too, because everything is merged together with the flash art and the videos. So now I have to make sure that the plan as far as doing the videos and tearing it down and doing the music video for it is all, synchronized. So here we go, and I hope everything works out as far as tearing it down. I almost lost, there was one item that I had, and I almost lost it. It was this thing right here. It helps me take the things down, and I thought I lost it. I knew I misplaced it because there's no way in the world I'm going to throw this in the trash. So let's see how we're going to do this. Oh, this was a lot of work though. But the thing I like about the merge is that I don't have to come up with a new background all the time. So it really works out very well. So now I'm just going to I'm not going to save anything. I mean, I guess I could save these bowls. So I might save these bowls. Bowls. Maybe I'm not pronouncing it right. Okay. And so I'm saving these. I may use them in another project. So let's just pull it down and see. Like I said, it was And there we have it. Now we're going to talk about the new one. That in the trash and stick it as far as. Okay, so let me make sure that's done well. So now I just have to take these off, and then we're going to talk about the next one. The next one is going to be called Shadow. And as soon as I get all of this out, we can talk freely about that one. And I can use my little device here. But that was a good thing about it, is that I was able to go right. You know, I work, but the thing, one rule I have is that I have to do something to progress the art, the flash art. What I'm saying is that one rule I have is every time there's a video that I do, it's different. What I'm saying is I put something on that flash art to advance it. So it's not the same one. That's one rule. I mean, you may not notice it. It may not be noticeable, or it may be very noticeable. Like the bows. I mean, it was very noticeable. But when I put extra tape, I'm sure that wasn't as noticeable. So I'm just about finished with this, and then I already prepared for the next one and how I'm going to talk about it, which is really good. And it has a simple idea also. It's best to work with simple ideas because everything always gets complicated. Okay, so let me see. Okay. And now I just have this. I was going to use different kinds of tapes, but I did like working with the Scotch tape. Like I said, because I like to work with clear things. So let's just get this last one out the way. So now we can talk about the new one. The new one is going to be called Shadow. And I'm going to use white, like you see in the back, but only I'm going to use white. I have to have, of course, it's going to be tissue paper. So let's put that up. Let's see how it turns out. The first one. So it's got the tissue paper. Oh, look it. It's not. Is it tissue paper? Oh, it's almost like plastic. I thought it was plastic. Wow. It feels like plastic, but it is tissue paper. So I was almost worried. Not really worried, but worried. So now we're going to put up the first layer. And I don't think we're going to do a shadow. Because like I said, it may be shadowed already. We may see, no, I'm not saying shadow. Shade, that's the name of it, shade, not shadow. So let me get another one. Let me open up a tape. I did like some effects of the Scotch tape. I did like some, but they weren't that noticeable. And here we go. I do like that I don't worry about lining it up perfectly. I mean, I try my best, but I don't over worry about it. So let's keep that like right about there. Oh, look at it, it's two sheets. I thought it was one. Okay, so that's 2 sheets actually, but I thought it was one. And you can see how high it is. This, I'm not going to worry about the height. I used to like to pick it as high as possible, but I'm not going to worry about that. So now we got another one. The reason why I'm not going to worry about the height is because I want this one to be long. You know, I just want it to be long. I don't want it, I want it to make sure that it feels from left to right on the camera, okay? And I also am putting space in between, okay? So that I know the paper is held on 4 of the corners. Okay, so I got a little space in there, if you can see that. I have one more. I'm very conscious about this because one time I did this long video, and I talked about it before. I did the long video on Flash Art, okay? And when I was I looked at it, and I don't like to look over the whole video, but I had to because I didn't know if my shirt went too far up, and it did. And I couldn't post a video, and I usually post a video, but that one I didn't want to. So I'm very conscious about that. That's why I'm always checking. Okay, it looks so far it's all right. I could just keep it 3, but I might go down 1. I'm not sure, but I think it's gonna be like this. Okay, I think it's gonna be those 3, just as long as I can keep them off camera. Okay, and I know you can't see them that well, or you can see them that well, but I'm going to have to, since it's not seeable that well, I'm going to have to border it, okay? So let me go back up here and get some border tape, okay? I'm sorry I have to do this. I don't like to go off screen. So, like I said, because it's not, I mean, I can't really see it, I gotta border it with something. Okay. And I want to border it with blue tape, but as you can see, this tape is not that much. If I have black enough, but I don't have enough black, so it looks like I'm gonna have to border it with. Let me see. So I have to border it with masking tape, which is all right with me. And remember, it's all about shade. Yeah, shades. Okay, so now I'm going to mask and tape it for the border so I can actually see it on camera. And again, I'm not putting it all the way up to the paper. I don't want to. I hope that goes very well. I know the last one was kind of crooked. Okay, so there we have it. So now we have that, and can you see any shades? That would be nice. Let me see if you can see any shades, because then I would have to put up at least one shade. I mean, you know, I would have to put up a shade or something, you know what I mean? So, I mean, so it looks like I have to put up a shade because it's about shade. And, so let's see. I didn't know that we were going to do a shade, but you know, I hardly can see anything. There's no concept. I have to at least have the concept, you know. So, there and there. So we do have a shade. I mean, shade slash shadow, but I just want to make sure. I want to call it shade because that's what it's about mostly. Mm-hmm. We have that. It's going to be interesting. Okay, so that's a shade. So that's number one, okay? So anyway, thanks a lot for joining this video on Flash Art. And I'm gonna do a music video now, 3 music videos now, and I'm gonna incorporate this one, okay? So thank you very much, and just thanks for everything, okay? See you later, bye-bye.